Hi, everyone. I'm Chris, and I wanted to say happy Pride to everybody. I am doing a challenge for myself, writing a gay story for Gay Pride Month with tarot cards. I'm actually using the Gay Tarot deck. It's a deck that I'm not quite comfortable with, only because I've never really used it a lot. I personally am gay myself, but it's just this deck is a little different, and it's just a little bit, it's just different than what I'm used to. But I figure why not? With Gay Pride and Gay Tarot deck, why not make a whole story? Now, I'm not actually writing the story. I'm actually just trying to help people see how you can use tarot cards to unblock some of your writer's block. Again, there is a spectrum. Some people like it to go like witchcraft and write and spells and divination, which I'm not quite there yet. I'm wearing crystals and stuff, but I'm not quite there yet. But there's also people who are just like, this is a piece of cardboard. You can just reprint it. Like, come on, guys. So I'm kind of in the middle because I actually have used these for some personal self-development over the past year. And I've found them very helpful to get more about what's going on inside my mind and more of self-help kind of a thing. But that's a whole different video. So like I said, we are on video 6, and today we're going to be creating a mentor. In video 5, I had a spread of 7 people. The main character, who is Sage, he's having a hard time coming out of the closet. And we've got 2 family members, 2 friends, and 2 coworkers. I have actually taken those cards out of all of the shuffling that I'm going to be doing so that when they come up in future spreads, we can use them as signifiers for the rest of it, for the rest of the videos. So today we are going to be creating a mentor for Sage. It's very interesting that the Sage of Pentacles is not his mentor; it's just a friend. But this will be kind of an interesting way to we'll see who Sage's mentor is, which kind of could help. You are not going to be able to see the spreads I'm doing, but I'm going to try to take a picture of them, and I will put them on my Instagram and on my website on the blog portion so that you can actually see what I'm seeing. And if you want to interpret them differently, you're more than welcome to interpret them differently. And if this unlocks something in your own story that you're trying to write, have at it. I am not copywriting any of this. I just would like to show you guys the most raw version of trying to come up with a story or unblocking your creativity through tarot cards. If you just can't come up with an idea to write or how to write it, or it's just another way to activate your creative mind. So with that being said, let's start shuffling. I've taken out 7 cards, so we're only having 71 right now. Which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I've never done it this way before, but I know that we're only on day 6, and we've got 25 more days to go, or 24. So I'm just shuffling. I can even just show you. Let's see if I can show you this. Oh, you can see a mess on you'll see it's a mess back there. So let's try this and see what happens. All right. So we've got creating a mentor spread. This has 11 cards. So then we're going to go around and just do it, I guess. Let's see what we come up with. So this isn't going to be anything to do with the people that we've already dealt with. We're going to put these guys aside, and we'll find out more about the mentor. So, mentor. Card 1. A and B, card 2, 3, 4, 5, C, D, 6, and 7. Okay, so again, I'm running out of room. I should figure out how to do that. 7 will just be over here. Okay, so card 1 is the mentor. We have Temperance reversed. maybe this mentor is a little bit more in your face, a little bit more mean, a little bit more. Maybe this is the mentor that actually kicks Sage's butt to our main character to get his life together. Maybe this is the mentor that takes him on as an actual mentor and not just a friend who's going to help him whenever he's in trouble. So number A is his looks. So card A, we have the Ace of Wands. He is fiery. Maybe he wears a lot of reds because it obviously seems like he is a little bit, he's temperance reversed. So he's not calm. So he's got a little bit more of a fire to him. He's a little bit more fiery, short-tempered kind of a thing. But this is supposed to be his looks. I don't know. Let's see where else this goes. I don't want to waste too much time just thinking about one card. But this is the mentor's attitude, which is B, which is strength reversed. Does he not think of himself as a mentor? I mean, the other thing that I can kind of come up with is maybe he's a washed up mentor, kind of like the guy in the Hunger Games. Like maybe he's a drunk right now. And he almost like even like names not coming to my mind right now, but the guy from Hercules, that maybe he doesn't think that he does it anymore. He's not a very good mentor. He's lost a lot of mentorees. So maybe he thinks he's not as strong as he once was, or doesn't have a lot of faith in himself. That could be an interesting turn of events for Sage, but let's see where else this goes. So how the mentor and the main character met. Number 2. We have Judgment reversed, and it looks like a pride ceremony though, like a pride march. And actually, if you look at this, which I find very interesting, well, maybe they're not the same. I thought the guy in the suit kind of looked like our main character Sage, but that's not quite what we're going for. It's reversed though. Maybe it wasn't a pride celebration that they met at. Maybe it was like just some average party. It wasn't a place. Obviously, it wasn't a place where they didn't meet. Where the other the justice friend was, who was trying to put rallies together. Because obviously Sage doesn't want to go to those. So I have a feeling they just kind of met somewhere else. I'm gonna wait and see. Let's see. Maybe there's something else will come up in these other cards, and we'll see if it's obviously not a party. And it was obviously a very quiet place that they met, and it probably was just those two. It wasn't a big celebration, so it wasn't a lot of people, and it was probably just like in the grocery store. It was probably just like at the park. Casually in line buying your groceries. I don't know, something of that nature. So then we've got card 3, which is the main character's view of the mentor. We have the Emperor, and we've had the Emperor before. And again, these were just in how the other characters felt about each other. I kind of feel like this kind of goes along with what I said before with the strength card a little bit, with like a washed up mentor. I kind of feel like maybe Sage thinks that the mentor has had his time and doesn't trust him. Maybe he thinks that the mentor is too old, like not up with the in crowd or anything like that. And maybe that's not how these kids do these days, kind of a thing. So maybe he does think of him kind of older and not someone to be a mentor, kind of a thing. Now, card 4 is why the mentor chose the main character. Not the protector reversed again. So much like the family. maybe Sage's family life doesn't seem very stable. Sage's family life seems like he doesn't have a protector. So maybe that's why he chose Sage. Maybe Sage is just, he hasn't had the best family life and the best chances to get more comfortable with himself as a gay man, if that makes sense. So maybe that's probably why he chose him, to try to let him feel protected, but that's something that Sage is going to have to do and turn the card over himself, kind of thing. Card number 5 is the overall dynamic. We got the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is like a person is willing to leave everything behind to go off and do the one thing. And something that kind of hit my mind a while ago was someone mentioned that in the actual tarot deck, there are 7 cups. And there is obviously that there is one missing, lined up. And the person has their back toward the cups going off into the distance. And that's what they interpreted that as, is like someone is willing to go, they're willing to go off and find the last cup to feel like they have the full collection without being thankful enough that they have what they have in front of them, kind of a thing. But what I do find interesting about this card is that we're talking about a mentor and a mentoree, mentor and a student. And we've got a student, a younger man, and leaving some parents. I kind of wonder if their overall dynamic is kind of parenting, because he does want to protect him. The mentor obviously wants to, there's obviously some feelings there. He wants to protect Sage, because he doesn't want Sage to have the life that he had. Maybe this mentor had a life that wasn't as productive, and he wants to kind of gay it forward, if you will. Kind of a thing. So maybe that's kind of something what's going on here. Maybe he wants to help him out that way. So the C card is the main character, the attitude toward the mentor. The 8 of Wands. The 8 of Wands is fiery, stable. 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is kind of like movement. Let's see. Cups, swords, wands, and pentacles. Yeah, movement. So there's a lot of movement. So maybe, like, if that's what the pentacles is, I'm sorry, wands, the 8 of Wands is movement, but it's reversed. Maybe the main character, he thinks that this guy's had his time, like what I said before with the Emperor. Maybe he's had his heyday, and every advice thing that the mentor is giving to Sage, he thinks is not up to date advice, kind of a thing. And maybe he's not looking at it as a way. He's not looking at it from a perspective of someone who's gone through the same things that he's going through right now, kind of a thing. So maybe he feels like the mentor is stuck. The mentor is stopped. The mentor has nothing else to, not nothing to teach, but not enough to teach him, maybe, to make him move forward, kind of a thing. The mentor's influence on the main character. We got the 3 of Cups reversed. So obviously it's causing Sage a little bit more problems being social. He obviously doesn't want to go out more. He's obviously feeling a little bit more down on himself, not celebrating as much. Maybe this guy is a tough love mentor. And this tough love mentoring is not working out because it's making Sage a little bit more stressed out and not celebrating the fact that he's an individual and a different individual. And that's kind of why the relationship is so like this a little bit. There is nowhere near are these Frodo and Gandalf. Nowhere near. I'm not getting a Frodo Gandalf relationship at all here. They are a little bit more butting heads kind of a thing. Card 6 is the mentor's value. We got the Four of Wands. So there is a structure. There is structure to what he has to say. Sage isn't paying attention to it, but it's a start. And obviously these people are putting together a play or a show. And so I think that the mentor's value is at least sort of getting into Sage's mind, but it's not hitting Sage over the head, like making everything click kind of a thing. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this card. Like, obviously, the mentor's value is still very important, still kind of giving Sage something to think about, but it's obviously not giving Sage the major jump that would help him move a lot more forward, if that makes sense. So then we've got the mentor's demise, number 7. Got the 10 of Pentacles. I'm wondering if he gets a lot of money. Maybe the mentor decides to take more money over helping Sage get more comfortable with himself. Maybe the mentor practically gives up on him, on Sage. Or at least it looks like he's given up on Sage. And maybe he sacrifices himself or sacrifices his job in order to put Sage first. And that's kind of what makes the mentor go off in a totally different direction and makes it look different. I think one of these cards I have to save. I'm going to take a picture of this, but I think one of these cards I have to save for a later, like a later spread, and I don't remember which one that is, but I think that's why we take pictures. So yeah, I think we're going to go with that. Obviously, I think this is a mentor relationship. It's a tough love mentor relationship. This is not a coddling mentor relationship. He's not very open with him at all. The mentor's looks still doesn't really make sense with this card. I mean, Ace of Wands, the only thing I could really think of is the looks. Maybe he has a lot of different looks. A lot of different fiery looks. Hasn't chosen one fiery look. Maybe he likes a lot of red, yellow, and oranges, and he just can't decide which one he likes the most. I don't know. That's kind of a little bit of a stretch, but that's kind of where your imagination can kind of run with, and you can see what you kind of write in your story. So I'm going to take a picture of this. Again, I'm going to put I'm going to try to put the pictures on my Instagram and my blog in a couple of days, and that way you can see what I'm seeing. And if you see anything else, have at it. If you want to write something, have at it. I'm just showing how tarot cards can help you unblock some writer's block. Again, follow all the social medias if you want to follow me. And happy Gay Pride. See you in the video 7. Video 7.